One of the other insights that we've kind of seen from data is from the DPIIT Government of India data is what you said earlier, is the 120,000 odd startups that have started in the last 10 years. But if you also look at the same report, it's seen that they're concentrated in 5 main states. And if you go deeper, you will see it's few cities within those 5 states. And as part of your En Mann En Makkal yatra, you kind of crisscross the entire state of Tamil Nadu, literally going to nook and corner of the state, right? So what insight do you have from the ground reality of what we can do when it comes to democratizing entrepreneurship, bringing it to the tier 2, tier 3 rural towns of India?
Professor, I would say this is a global problem, not only an Indian problem. This year I was going through the World Innovation Index report, and they have ranked India 39th in the world, and the first was Switzerland, US were third, and all small countries, Finland, Denmark, Norway, all in top 10. I was trying to understand what is special in those countries. Why do they are in the top 10, and why India from 81 in 2014, we are playing to 39 now. When I found US very surprisingly, 20 cities power in US all the innovation. San Francisco, Boston, Seattle, 20 cities, they power everything. Switzerland, which is world number 1 in innovation, 2 cities power, which is Basel and Zurich. Again in Sweden, 2 cities power. In UK, 4 cities power. In the same report, India, they mentioned 4 cities which is powering India's innovation. One is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore, 4 cities. And they analyze the number of patents that each of the cities maximum they file. What is that? For Chennai, they said Chennai is filing more patents on transport. So Bangalore is more on the digital side. And Delhi is more on computer technology. Mumbai and Delhi more on the computer technology side. Now, this is a global problem where once big cities are able to attract talent, and talents find safe space there, there's an ecosystem there, they go back and they start it. But we use the right word called democratization. Now, India is so hungry that we need empowerment in rural agriculture. And all the urban startups that you see are of a different sector, artificial intelligence to machine learning everywhere. Now, India is a country where a disruption in agriculture is waiting to happen. From drip irrigation to seed technology to everywhere. So that is where I hope and believe the next generation of entrepreneurs who come in, they shouldn't take the easy problem to solve. They should take the toughest problem to solve. Because only when you solve the tough problem, you will become the Elon Musk of India. And when you get to the same consumer, same retail, same basic technology, there are already thousands of people in India doing it. So I hope that the kids who are here and kids who are watching and everywhere, that through the conversation with all humility, we are trying to put something in their mind or maybe that take a big problem, put your head down and solve it. So the moment you think like that, you start going towards the goal. Agriculture is just waiting for disruption, They want hundreds and thousands of young people to come there, stay and solve the problem. Right from irrigation to every single sensor technology, everything they do. So I hope once it happens, then probably democratization will happen. Now coming to the yatra and the lesson with respect to thing, I found a very fascinating insight. I would actually put it in a negative way that the villages are getting emptied of youth. So this yatra started in South Tamil Nadu. From Rameshwaram, we crisscrossed all the way, the 234 constituency, we reached Paladam in Western region, near Coimbatore. I found rural area, no youth, only elderly people. And not only the rural area migration is more, in the urban area also, when you saw the protected environment is becoming less. That is the insight from the yatra. Why? Unless you find a way to make the youngsters back in the rural area. So youngsters, I can't motivate my brother who's sitting here. India needs you. I want you to stay in your village for the next 30 years. He will say, why should I stay in my village? I'm not even getting a broadband. I'm not even getting 5G. I will not stay. But if I'm able to give that to him, he'll be motivated to stay. I'm able to give you a good broadband. Abdul Kalam, a long time back, he mentioned a concept called providing urban amenity in rural area. Pura, he said. So if I'm able to create, tier 1 is okay, sir. Create tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. And that will motivate my brother to stay closer to his parents. Then you will see, okay, technology is there, everything is there, the retail market is there, a good school is there, my son or daughter is able to go to a good school, you are able to create a playground there. The Scandinavian country is a beauty. You go to any country, the Scandinavia, village, there is a world-class football or a sports thing that is created from there, sovereign wealth fund and the oil boom. Now, if you do that, which I think Modi is trying to do now, meaning you start building infra in rural area. Because in country, you can't just do it overnight because it's a country of 50 lakh crore budget. You're now focusing on the urban and now you're going to tier 2, tier 3. So unless you don't do it, so how will innovation happen? So you got to take technology there, you got to take schools there, you got to create a conducive atmosphere for my brother or my sister there to stay with their family there, so that they're closer to their parents. Then they should have a social life. In Bangalore has got the largest number of microbrewery in our country. Gurgaon has got the largest number of microbrewery. My friends in Chennai are complaining, when will more microbrewery come to Chennai? Nothing wrong. It's a right argument. In London, when you go, people want to have enjoy their life. What is the purpose of living a life? The purpose of living is work, have fun, and play hard and play fun. Now, the third and the most important is how do you create a system where they have a social life? Because 80% of the time is social. It's a long way to go, Professor, but I'm just trying to put these thoughts because our friends should also understand that is the way we are thinking. It is not that we are disconnected from reality. And we are also thinking for them to think for this many problems to solve, creation of infra, creation of technology, everything, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, creation of a social life, and smaller airports. And he should board within 20 minutes, take a flight, land within 40 minutes in a big city, finish the work and come back. And take a Vande Bharat at 6 in the morning, go to Chennai, maybe 600 kilometers from Coimbatore, finish the work, come back again. Or create a train in a tier 3 city, go to tier 1, come back. So if you're able to do this, Professor, as a country, when the policymakers are able to do, then probably you might say, why should I stay in a big city? And it's in a small city. Anytime I can come to a big city and come back. So I think the thinking is in this direction. We hope and pray that this gets accelerated faster in the coming years.
In fact, like I have an observation to share from my own recent visit. So I was mentioning about all the rural entrepreneurship work that's ongoing and what we are seeing from that insight on the ground. So I was in Ladakh about a month ago. And this was a remote village which hadn't had roads until about 3-4 years ago. Post the UT, there were no roads. And then the moment roads came, they said like, okay, now we have the ability to integrate our agriculture to the larger city value chain. So now they're thinking about like lychee value chain, which will link them to selling it in Leh and all of it. So I like when you kind of see those sort of examples, you kind of suddenly see road infrastructure being such a big deal. And the same we were seeing in tier 2, tier 1 cities like Udupi and Bhimavaram, where there are startups which are capitalizing on the digital public infrastructure. And that's really changing the game for formalizing the informal sector, for instance. And there is one instance which really stuck with me. I mean, so I was in Araku Valley, Andhra Pradesh, and this is in sort of private areas of Araku Valley. And on the roadside on an evening, I was just stopping by to get a cup of coffee. It was not Starbucks. It was just 4 poles of bamboo and a sheet on top. And she gave me a tea out of the cup, had the tea, and my natural intention was like, go to my wallet to pay like 10 rupees. And then she showed me like a QR code. And I'm like, that tells you like 3-4 things, right? First, it's the fact that this lady in a rural remote community trusts digital payments. And if she has to have trusted digital payments, it means that she has to have had a bank account with her. And if she has to have had the bank account, she also needs to have had some of identity. And all these 3 things don't come just out of the blue in these settings. Right? So what India Stack and digital public infrastructure is doing in rural, in really connecting rural to the urban or rural to the world in some instances, is I think a real game changer in what we are seeing in rural areas.
Professor, absolutely right. And it is very fascinating for us to see in real hand. We are seeing it's a very fascinating process. Not educated, probably first generation, doing a small business roadside, could be a tea vendor, like you said, or somebody selling a bhaji. And nowadays, nobody taking rupee notes. Because for them, taking rupee note, putting it in the box, and taking it somewhere, I trust everything, just put a QR code, UPI, do it and go. Yeah. Now, it gives you that confidence. India is ready to leapfrog multiple generations of technology.
That's the
And for many countries to reach there, they go incremental. Let me go like this. India has taken a tough decision to say, I'm leapfrogging this, I'm going there. And that is actually creating a. And more importantly, Professor, here, like you pointed out, once the roads come, the basic things happen, the development just follows. There is this ITC, each of ITC company, you know, and Madhya Pradesh and other parts where they purchase wheat from farmers. So they do tractor showrooms to a village because you can buy tractor there instead of coming to a city. Each office is the departmental store. They look into a tier 3, tier 4 city to say, don't come to a city to buy shop. Shopping you can do here. Brands will come here. So there is a great potential for our country, and this is a disruption of what we did. Many people are doing it now. Innovation is happening, and for everything to happen, Professor, like I said, the intangible of confidence. And after not the least, Professor, again, the experts were sitting here who eagerly come to listen to our decision and understand. First year, you might not get anything. Second year, you might not get anything. 5 years, you might not get anything. And that is what the confidence is. You have to still stay there. Because this entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem is not an easy ecosystem. And they are willing to stay there, willing to sweat, give their blood. Then they will start exponential. Because it's a tough market. All said and done, it's a tough market with a lot of competition.